Friends, hello. It is Merry Christmas out there because something is about to happen here with Sofi. I hope you are doing well. Let's get right down to the skibby of what we're talking about here. So Sofi has hit $7 here. Big whoop, we've been here before. But this is interesting because Sofi has hit $7 and not a lot of news has come out here. We're just, honestly, what is changed here a little bit is just the zeitgeist of Sofi is that articles are now coming out where they're positive about Sofi. I mean, we're seeing articles like this where they're talking about Sofi is going to make people millionaires. So it's very interesting that Wall Street has completely shifted their gauge on what is going on with Sofi. But with that too, why this is really setting up to be something, there's a lot. But the main thing right now is that potentially, we could see rate cuts in September, at the end of September. Now, will this happen? Jerome Powell, last time we talked about it, he said, don't get your hopes up, but maybe, potentially, we could see this. So, rate cuts, great. But here's the other thing that is in the zeitgeist right now, in the ether, with people that are involved in the stock market and that actually pay attention. A lot of people think we could be on the cuff of a recession, because when we've seen rate cuts in the past, we've seen recessions come in and really take their place. And if you look through the history, I mean, you could Google this, it's right there in front of you. Recessions happen. Now, we can look at this one of two ways. We can look at this as, hey, this is going to be a big reset where it's going to put a lot of opportunity for people to buy up great companies. And there are great companies right now that you can put your money into even if we see a recession. So it's not the worst thing. But the main thing to know here with Sofi is that Sofi is going to be okay. Sofi is going to be good. So here's the situation of what we can look forward to with Sofi, bullet points that we can look to. If we do see a rate cut here in September, Sofi is going to take that news, it's going to jump. It's probably going to jump to around $10 to $15 automatically because it's going to be a green light for Sofi as a bank to really start honing in on where the economy is going. And that's one reason Sofi is moving a little bit. We're seeing better numbers out there with certain things. Other situation that could potentially happen here is that there is no recession and Sofi continues to run. We go into a bull market January because we have a new elected president, Kamala, Trump, whoever. Trump will obviously move more with this stock because where he's wanting to place things with the economy. Sofi will bounce from that. But either way, Sofi will be fine. And right now, why Sofi is down? Because back when COVID hit, Sofi got destroyed. Sofi with their student loan program, they cut it, they stopped it. People weren't paying student loans. The government stopped it. Sofi lost tons of money. I mean, just tons of money. But now Sofi, the past year, last year, they've been knocking out quarterlies. They're growing money. They're growing, most importantly, they're growing customers, and it's not stopping. So this is why you're seeing articles out here where they're going like, listen, you need to be paying attention to Sofi because this is going to be a millionaire maker, because the company, what we're looking at right now, the next 5-10 years, it's not going to stop. Sofi is in such a unique spot right now because it's latched itself to the newer generation of kids that are starting bank accounts, taking loans. What are kids that are getting out of college now? What are they going to be doing here in the next 5-10 years? They're going to be buying cars. They're going to be buying houses. They're going to need loans, and they're going to Sofi. And that's what we're seeing right now. So the reason why Sofi has been destroyed with their stock is because it got destroyed back in COVID, and with inflation rates, everything the past 4 years, Sofi has been going down. But now we're seeing a change, and this could be the setup, the starting point where Sofi, within 30 days, if we see a rate cut, we're going to see Sofi go, okay, it's on the gas, it is going 100 miles an hour, and we're going to get to $10, we're going to get to $15. Potentially by January, we could see $20 at the end of September. If we see a rate cut here, you're probably going to see institutions step in and go, hey, we believe in Sofi, we're going to buy X amount of shares. Those are real conversations that we could see here with Sofi if we see a rate cut here in September. So looking at a chart, I don't really think it's important to look at a chart right now. I think SoFi isn't a chart-based stock right now. It's $7. Okay, big whoop. Even if SoFi goes to $5, it's just opportunity to buy more because we know the future. The short term, SoFi is not going to do great here, but the short term here is like we're talking weeks. This may not be much more. Long term, we're not worried because SoFi is going to be a double-digit stock here before long. This time next year, we could be looking at SoFi at a $25 to $30 stock. If we continue to see quarterlies rise heavily, we see the customer base rise heavily, like we're seeing every quarterly with them. Do not be scared of SoFi's chart. SoFi has picked up their pieces. They have done a lot here. This is a company that 3-4 months from now, with it being even $7, $8, $9, you're going to look back on this and go like, oh my God, I should have bought so much more. I should have bought more. I should have. And that's really the conversation a lot of people are going to be having here, sadly. And trust me, like I know, like I've been here the past 4 years with SoFi when it crashed. Like many of you, we have been sitting here going like, oh my God, when are we going to get out of this? We're finally seeing greener grass on the other side. It's finally happening. So the main point of me talking here, the main point of this video is to say like, hey, we're getting to a point more than likely where people have to really make a decision. Where are you going to be here? You probably have about 2-3 weeks to really see something because I even suspect that SoFi could potentially run up to $8 to $9 here, closer, in the first 2 weeks of September, just on the FOMO, the assumption that we will see rate cuts. I bet that is going to happen. I bet that SoFi is going to run up here just on what if we see a rate cut, because if we do see a rate cut, it's going to be almost like SoFi signing a $1 billion deal because it's going to be a green light. And they know big investors, big corporations are going to be looking at it. They're going to step in, and it's going to be a feeding frenzy overnight. As soon as Jerome Powell says, "Hey, we're doing a rate cut," that is the reality of probably what is looking to happen here. Looking at SoFi in a long-term basis, if you can get in now with 50 shares, 100 shares, 1,000 shares. What the really sweet spot that we're probably going to see with SoFi, with a market that comes back, even if we see a recession, we're going to see the market, we're going to see everything come back. More than likely, the real sweet spot that we're going to see SoFi is probably in the next 5 to 8 year range. And why I say that? I say that because of the customer basis of SoFi, like I was saying. It's a timetable right now. It's a situation where SoFi is growing their customer bases heavily, but more than likely that will slow down a little bit going into the future, potentially. But right now it's so important because those customers are going to start buying houses. They're going to start buying cars. They're going to start taking out loans. They're going to start businesses. They're going to be opening bank accounts for their kids, probably with SoFi. So this is the situation. This is how billion-dollar, banks are made over time. And this is how you get into a stock that in the future is giving heavy dividends, has doubled with what they're doing in business in a short time frame. But not only, potentially we could see something happen in the next 5-10 years where if you get in enough in the first year or two, we could be talking about SoFi taking a stock split and, really that's how people become millionaires overnight. So that's why you're seeing a lot of these articles talk about SoFi potentially could be making future millionaires right now. And even if I get it, people are broke, people don't have a lot of money right now, but this is like I tell like my own friends, if you have $5, $10, $20 every time you get paid, every time you do something, instead of going to the store and buying a candy bar, a Red Bull, bag of chips, take that and put it in something. You can buy fractional shares. This is stuff like that adds up over months and years. This is how I got into the stock market. I'm telling you, stop putting your money into stupid things and put it into something that's going to bring you money. Because I can tell you, even the first time you make $5 on an investment, it is a high like you have not felt before if you haven't done it. So look at SoFi for the future. Look at what potentially could be happening here. You are in the genesis stage of what is about to take place in the next 5 to 10 years with SoFi. It's set. It's almost history written out at this point. We know what's coming with SoFi. It's just a situation of when we see it take off here, and that is going to be more than likely pretty soon. We're just waiting on Jerome Powell to give the go, and it's on. Friends, I'm going to shut up. I wish all of you best of luck. We'll talk to you very soon. Bye-bye, everyone.